Okay, so we stop to where we now have a rehabilitation center, and by the grace of God, my son was a part of this batch. So things started going on very fine because, as I said, that has been my greatest wish to have a rehabilitation center where we keep some of the substance users I've been working with. After that recovery, we'll bring another batch. So we did it for 3 months, and in that 3 months, we're doing biblical counseling, we're doing behavioral management classes, we're having feeding program, and we have a clinic set up there to treat me. So it was so good. And in our counseling, like after the 8th week, we do reconciliation because I told you that people that was living in the ghetto that have been disconnected from their families, those are the people that our mission was meant to work with. So after the 8th week, we usually call their parents to come and do the reconciliation. And that was a beautiful experience. Some families were so shocked. They're like, what? Thank you so much, because this is so strange for someone to go in the ghetto. You even know us, you know our children. You just take them from there, you bring them here. Some of the parents were so impressed. Why? Some of the parents, they did not show any sign of they did not show any sign that they appreciated what we did or so. But one thing I realized is that in this drug scene, because myself are going through the same struggle with my son, some parents almost gave up, because someone asked me that we have taken this child to the few rehabilitation centers and they came back, they still became the same. So someone was just like, we pray this work up for us. We are just tired. So by the grace of God, the 3 months ended, we started in April and we ended July 8th. And by the grace of God, my son was part of that batch. And on July 8th was also my youngest child's birthday. And I've come to realize that things just don't happen as coincidence. God knew exactly what he was doing to allow my son to graduate and to also allow that graduation to fall on the birthday of my youngest child. So after the graduation, we invited, during the graduation, we invited a lot of people to booking. They were so impressed. They said, oh, we want to work with you. So another lady said that she wanted to sponsor a few persons at the rehab center. Well, I told her, I said, okay, no problem. But our problem here is you can give the money and we go to the ghetto and bring the people. But that was the instruction that God gave us. We don't want people who are home or so. They have other centers you can take them there, but for our own center, because every ministry has its own rules and regulations. That's why God made some good prophets, He made some apostles, He made some evangelists, and so on. God gave everybody their own assignment. Our own assignment was to go in the ghetto and get people who are living in the ghettos. So somebody from my church called me and said, oh, they didn't want to sponsor a few persons, but then we have already started taking the second batch. I told him the same thing, that you bring the money, we'll go and bring people. But because he was someone from my church and so on, I went and compromised. But at the end of the day, he said, you're going to bring two persons, they only brought one person. I can't remember how much they paid. And I told you, God told me to not take money from anybody. But they gave some money. I know they gave either $50 or $100 first. I can't remember the amount. And when I accepted it. So we brought the second batch just in that time. The government to came and signed a contract with us that they're going to send people to for rehabilitation. So I started telling the people that I'm working with that I know for some reason I don't feel good about this, because I was under instruction that God gave me for this mission. And someone was saying, you can't be doing work and you won't be so technical, it will scare people from coming to work with you. And when I agreed to it, and it's just advice to anyone out there in ministry that God has given you His direct mandate to this. Never compromise what God told you because of support, because of any other means. The God that called you, He is faithful. In His own time, He will give you the support you need. But for me, I listen to the people I was working with. Also, you the hear of the vision. I always to tell them at times that when God was calling me for this work, He called me alone. If He bring you here to work with me, not in a disrespectful way, please just listen to the instruction that He has given me. And if you out there, you in ministry, God gave you instruction for that ministry. Don't allow people that come to work with you to convince you to do otherwise. That's why I'm explaining this story, because it's here to teach all of us. So after I agree now, I've compromised the ministry, accepting help, and so on, and now going by the instruction that God has given me. The next batch, we went through a lot of challenges. The attack was so much. The attack was so much. One of the attacks we had was that our sambo, I don't know who did it, whether people from the community or what. One morning, that time I never even came to work, I was called that our sambo was uprooted. Who did it? I don't know. And another thing again, I started having dreams where people throwing stones at me. Some of the people that were in the rehab, I saw them on the group choking me. And saw some people from the community too, all of them throwing stones at me. So I started like getting sick. I started losing weight. I started getting sick, losing weight. And they said now what, like, I'm already feeling any physical symptom to say maybe, oh, my head hurting, maybe I having fever, or maybe it is. But the only thing that happened to me was weakness. I was just feeling weak and feeling attacked. So we were going through that. I was going through that attack. Sometimes I would stay away now from the office 1 week, 2 weeks, and all I was doing was just praying and so on. And while in that attack, we were getting there close to the end of the year, and the other batch was still there. Our second batch was still there for the government, but the first contract the government signed with us was for 3 months. So while getting close to December, God just told me like, close this place. These people that are here after the 3 month end, then go before then, because I told you that every Friday we used to do fast and prayer. So during our fast and prayer, while praying for the next year that God should make provision and other things, I just heard a voice say, next year you are not going to work. So I thought it was from the devil, and then God said he will bless the works of our hand. If I'm not working, how he expect me to survive or so? So I started to rebuke it. But I was saying that anytime I'm praying for help, I will always hear that you are not going to work next year. So I started believing that I think this is God talking to me. So while in that, the Spirit of God told me that after the 3 months ended, the government actually wanted to extend it for 6 months. But I told them, like, for us, we have to pray and get prepared for the next one. So we are sorry I won't be able to continue for the next 3 months. So you have to like take these people from here so the place can be empty for us to pray. And they agreed. They came and took the people. I think they carried them low far, the few persons, because some of them said that we have already spent 3 months on the bringing us here. They told us that we're going to be rehabilitated for 3 months, and the 3 months is now completed. We want to go home. So I think 3 or 4 persons left, and they took them to Lofa to another rehabilitation center. So we continue after that year ended. Before the year could even end, where I was renting now, it was close to Christmas. We went our home. I just heard a voice say, leave this place today and go back. Because by then I already left my house. I was using it as rehab. So where I was renting for, I should leave and then come back to my house. So I had to leave. I just packed few of my children things and we left that there, because by then the rehab was already empty. But I think 3 or 4 boys remained because their parents did not come for them. So they were just there with me. So I came back. I was living now in a rehab. I just put few of my things in the clinic where we used to use as clinic, because it's another place for a new clinic. So by then we never even used it. So I put my things there. I used to sleep there and go on the other side to use the bathroom. So my attack started getting worse again. So the few boys that left for me, after we pray, I just said, God, anyone that is there that is not of you, just take them away. I was there that people now started leaving gradually. Until one boy remained. And one thing I didn't mention that my daughter, my youngest child, she also started getting now attacked from the school. When she go to school, she will always have a dream. One time she had a dream, she said, oh, there was a snake in the school bus that bit her. So I just said, praying, God, what's this? Anytime she comes from school, there will be a problem. And there was another neighbor daughter in the community that on the bus, she will be pulling my daughter hair, and doing other things. We started being really, really attacked. I also started observing that people in the community that was somehow close to me, they started like drawing back. So I was just like getting into isolation, like nobody won't be bad. I already told you what happened about my family. We are already somehow disconnected, and now no friend. Like everyone, like yeah, the few people, everybody started like drawing back. It was just like becoming isolated. I still continue, but then no work. So while I was renting, the little money that I did, because I spent like I think 3 months or 4 months, because I rented another place, moved, went to another place before coming back. So the next place I went to, I spent like 3 months there. I paid for the 9 months. So the balance rent, the landlord was good enough to give me my balance money because he found someone for his place. When he gave me that money, I was just thinking, I go working out. So I even asked school, and let me say I use clothes because I have children. I can be sitting and doing nothing. I need income. So me say I use clothes. I bought used clothes. I started selling it right in front of the rehab now. Since God said we are not opening, for the business that did not go well, like everything ended up, it collapsed. So I was just there now, losing weight. I don't know what's happening to me. Just going through attack. And in that season again, my son relapsed because one thing about substance recovery is that if you have a child that is addicted and you are living in this community where the person was living when they were addicted, they know all the ghettos and so on, and that person recover, never carry them back to that same community because they all already know those places, so never carry them back. But for me, like I had no option because I was sure that it was God that told me to come back. So when I came back, I was there. My son had relapsed. My daughter getting attacked in the school, and I now going through so much attack, no work, nothing. Things just started being difficult for me. Things just started being difficult for me. We continue it that there was times that my son would go out and he would come back in like I was there. People were chasing me today. People were telling me as I was going out. People were telling me like, who would do that? Who would want to tell you or so on? And say I'm serious about it. I should have kept on observing. Anytime one day he came home running, like he left his slippers and everything. He said he was running behind him. I like, who will do this? Who will do this? I was just in that stage there. No income. There were times that we couldn't even afford food to eat. Things were so difficult. I had to then pray, reach out to people I know. I would text some people I know. I explained to them, please, can you please just help for anything you can afford for food money? And some of them were so generous enough, they would come through. They're like, oh, just send me your mobile money account. Just send me your mobile money account, it will come through for me. And I pray that God bless everyone that stood by me during that stage. So there were some people that I reached out to. One person I know I reached out to, she did not even help. But when she screenshotted the message that I sent to her, she started sharing to everybody. Oh, she called me to beg me for money, which is not even bad. Everyone go through stages of their life. So yes, I went through that stage of my life. So it was just too much for me. My daughter attacked on the school. My son relapsed, no job, no income, and I'm just like confused. I don't know what to do. So definitely I reached to the stage that like this is too much for. I am not faithful, but I've tried my best to live for you. The fact that nothing is working, I think it's better for me to just kill myself. So I reached to the stage that I just wanted to kill myself now. But while doing that, my fear where I say my son, somehow he had his father. In my second child, I think I told you people that she have her father had been in her life, she been with him since she was younger. So my only concern now was my last child. Who would take this child from me? God had already exposed to me the situation concerning my children. I'm already disconnected from my family. Who would take this child when I kill myself? But the burden was just too much. I let go. I'm tired. I just want to die. I think dying would be enough for me. So we're now in February of 2023. We're now in February of 2024. We're now in February of 2024. So I went, I just make a note. I wrote, I like, God, I know I'm not your most faithful servant, but I'm grateful that I have never served any other God besides you. The reason why you have refused to answer me, I don't know, but I think I have reached to the end of my life. Once I get to the other side, you will tell me why you did not answer me while I was on earth. And when I die, You people can decide to throw my body away or do whatever you want to do. But no one that I ever consider family or friend should come close to my body or to my children. What I say to my son, I just want you to know that I love you and always pray for the best for you. I pray you will change to be a better person. And to my daughter Erica, I pray that you will get to understand that I have always loved you. To my daughter Lene, I am so sorry for disappointing you, but I can't take this anymore. I just want to go. So I just wrote my suicide note and put it down. And before then, I had fresh cold, so I bought Piriton. I took the two, the balance 8 was there when I did that note. The enemy just started talking to me now, but you can take that Piriton, the balance 8, just take it as once. Once you take that medicine, you have a painless death. That when you just sleep now, you die, nobody will know. So my daughter, and one thing I wrote in that note was, my daughter should please go to my pastor because now God has shown me that this man is a true man of God. I said, please, I know you have your own responsibility, but please take my child as your own, please. So I wrote that note. My daughter came from school that day. I was just waiting for when she came. That day when she came from school, there were even no food at home. She even wanted to drink. I think I had, because you have to buy mineral water by $500 Liberty. I never had that money. She wanted to drink. I never had money. So I was just sitting there again crying. So I told her, I said, Lene, tomorrow when you come from school, because I didn't want her to go to school before I told her. I said, when you come from school tomorrow, I will not be here. But please don't let anybody else to take you. Just say you won't go to my pastor. I put my pastor in, it was a secret. Just say you won't go to my pastor. Only my pastor you should go to. So I told my daughter that thing. She just started crying, Roddy, mommy, please don't do it to me. Mommy, don't do it. Mommy, don't cheat. The way my daughter cried. And it was just God that used her. The way my daughter cried, the way my daughter cried, the way my daughter cried. I was so broken. I just drew her. We started crying. Like, okay, no problem. If it was for me to just be suffering, that was what I said about cancer that one in Jesus' name. I said, because for me to just be suffering till I die, I wouldn't kill myself. I would just say now, if God, He help me, if I die in my problem, I'm just thankful that God, you are God, you are the living God. I'm thankful that I never lose my faith in you. I'm thankful I never questioned, because everything I was going through, there was not a single day I ever said that God, if you are God, because I know He is God. I told myself, I said, God, if you never come true for me, no problem, but you are God. I know you are real. I don't regret serving you. My life is in your hands. Thank you. So I just forgot the whole suicide business and started just living the life at the moment. So I was talking with the next